again, everybody. It's your old pal, the History Nerd. I am back in the man cave, and in this video, we're going to unbox and review the Stetson Open Road hemp straw hat that a UPS driver who apparently has an intense hatred of mailboxes delivered to my home earlier today. So let's quit with the jaw jacking and get busier than a church fan at a tent revival in August. So, as I begin to open this box, let me say, spring has sprung here in the deep south where I live as I am making this video. The Masters has been played. It is now Kentucky Derby week. We have already had a string of days that have been in the high 80s, and it's just April right now. So spring has sprung here. In fact, it has sprung to the point I have boxed up my Stetson felt hats, put them under the bed, pulled out the straw hat boxes, and they are now in the top of my closet for daily wear. Just the other day, I not only wore a straw Stetson hat to work, I also wore a seersucker suit. You know, I live in the South. I think it's a legal requirement. Every man who lives in the South must, by law, own a seersucker suit. So I wore my suit the other day. And recently I came across a great Facebook group called the Open Road Society. It's a private group, so you have to ask permission to join it. I think they grant it to most everybody, as long as you don't act like a peckerhead when you're posting to the group. But the Open Road Society, it's a group of folks like us who like Stetson hats in particular. You like open roads. You post pictures, you post memes, you post old advertisements. I have posted some history on there. It's really a great, fun group for those of us who enjoy Stetson Open Road hats. I highly recommend it. You should try to join it. But anyway, I took a picture of me, had my daughter take a picture of me the other day wearing my seersucker suit and my straw 10X Open Road hat, and I posted it to the group. And I got some rather interesting responses from the members of the group. One of them said, Mr. Matlock, do you think I have a chance? Another said, I need the secret recipe. What are exactly the 11 herbs and spices? One gentleman posted, Sir, you are the South in all of its chivalric glory. And another guy posted, I've always believed that spring doesn't officially arrive until lawyers begin appearing in court wearing their blue seersucker suits. It is an annual harbinger as predictable and reliable as swallows returning to Capistrano. For the record, I am not an attorney, but anyway, highly recommend the Open Road Society. And guys, if you live somewhere where it's warm, you need to get you a seersucker suit because they look mighty sporty with your straw Stetson hats. So I have cut the tape on this box, and let me say this is the first time I have ordered a hat where they simply stuck a mailing label on the box and put a fragile label on it. Apparently it was shipped from Italy because it says fragile and sent it to me like that. But hey, it appeared uncrushed. It looks to be great shape. And I have a good Stetson box I can store this hat in. So let me open this box. Inside we have my invoice. Julia says thank you for buying the hat, by the way. And here is my Stetson Open Road hemp straw hat. I can already tell you folks, this is a good looking hat. That is a great looking hat. This hat is sexier than Juanita down at the Bluebird Diner. But I am a fan of the Open Road. Look, I have done several videos about the Open Road hat. I've done one that has a pretty complete history of it. I will link that in the description below. It's probably Stetson's most famous hat. It's been worn by U.S. presidents, Harry Truman, Dwight Eisenhower, LBJ. This hat was so identified with LBJ that some folks just referred to the Open Road as the LBJ. Jackie Gleason wore it as Buford T. Justice in Smokey and the Bandit. The greatest, by God, movie ever made in the history of motion picture cinema. Hands down, don't argue, put it in the bank, write it down, take it to church and pray upon it. Smokey and the Bandit is the greatest movie ever. And if you disagree, you may kiss my butt. Because I am a history nerd, I appreciate the Open Road because Jim LaVille, who was the Dallas police detective who was escorting Lee Harvey Oswald through the parking garage under the Dallas jail in 1963, he was wearing a Stetson Open Road when Jack Ruby pulled out a pistol and shot Lee Harvey Oswald. It's a very famous hat. I've done other videos with the history of it, which I will post below. I've done several videos about the Open Road, and I will post all of them below. Let me tell you that I ordered this hat from the Hat Store. That's the name of it. It's the Hat Store in Houston, Texas. The Hat Store has been in business since 1915. If you watch the Cowboy Cartel YouTube channel, which puts out some really good content about Stetsons and just cowboy hats in general, I like the channel. The Cowboy Cartel channel does a lot of good videos with the owners of the Hat Store. I'll tell you a couple reasons why I bought it from the Hat Store. First of all, they had the size I needed. Stetson, where I've been ordering my hats directly from Stetson.com, they didn't have my size. I wanted the hat. Look, it's getting warm. I needed a light, breathable, nice looking hat to wear with that sporty seersucker suit that I've got. I needed it now, didn't want to wait. So I went ahead and ordered it from the Hat Store. That's one reason. The second reason is this hat retails for $185 from Stetson. That's the basic retail price on it. The Hat Store had it for $179. And they didn't charge me sales tax, but I had to pay shipping. And so when I bought this hat, when you factor in the shipping, I paid exactly probably what I would have paid when I bought it from Stetson. Look, I said earlier how much I love the Open Road. It is my go-to hat. And let me demonstrate to you how much I love the Open Road. Here is my Open Road 10X straw hat that I wear a good bit. And I know you're supposed to put hats crown side down, but for display purposes, I will do this. That is my 10X vented Open Road. Here is my 6X non-vented Open Road that I wear sometimes. And I have a 6X felt Open Road. And look, when it is when it's cool weather, and it's cool enough, especially here in the South, to wear a felt hat, y'all know I've got a crap ton of Stetson hats. If you know the metric system, 2 butt loads is a crap ton, and 2 crap tons is an ass full. Well, I have a crap ton of Stetson hats, many of them felt, but when it's cool weather, this is the one that I go to most of all. I also had a Stetson Open Road Royal Deluxe that I actually did a video about. It's one of the videos I've linked below. Well, I sold that hat. It's one of the higher end Stetson Open Road felt hats, but I wear this one so much and it fits so well and it's so comfortable. I didn't really wear the Royal Deluxe. It's more expensive than this hat. It's floppier. This hat is a very firm hat. It's got a very firm brim. The Royal Deluxe, which is the dressier version, it's kind of floppier than this in felt. And I just needed this hat. So I went to Facebook Marketplace and sold my Open Road Royal Deluxe. So the point of all of this is I really love the Open Road, which is why I am excited about getting this hat and trying it on. So let's do what we always do. Let's kick the tires and take a look at the features of this hat. It has a 4-inch brim. It has a 4-inch crown. The brim is, I've got a cheat sheet there, 2 3/4 on the brim. It's got a bound brim, which means it's got this ribbon sewn around the brim. Most felt hats here, I will pull the felt hat here. Well, this is a bound brim too, because it has ribbon around it. A lot of cowboy hats don't have any ribbon around it, and it's just what they call a raw edge. But this is a bound brim, and it's bound in an offsetting brown color, and by golly, I think it looks fantastic. Like I said, it is sexier than Juanita down at the Bluebird Diner. And for those of you in the know, I realized the Andy Griffith Show never showed what Juanita looked like, the gal that Barney liked to talk dirty to on the phone when Andy wasn't around. I realized they never showed what Juanita looks like, but by God, a boy can dream, can't he? I know what she looks like in my head, and that gal is sexy. All right, so it's got a 4-inch crown, 2 3/4-inch brim, grosgrain ribbon. I've told you in lots of videos, grosgrain just means it has ridges running through the ribbon to give it some texture. It's got a Stetson hat pin that is the branding iron hat pin that comes on just about all of the Open Road hats. When you flip on the inside, it's got what they say is a sheepskin leather sweatband. And it feels like it's leather. It doesn't feel like it's Naugahyde or made from a Lazy Boy recliner. It feels like leather. The front of the hat says the Open Road on it. The side of the hat says woven hemp. Now, what is woven hemp? I've talked about this in other videos, but let me give you a quick crash course. The 6X straw hat and the 10X straw Open Road. These are made from Shantung straw, which is made actually from pressed paper. Yes, these are pressed paper hats. I've done other videos about it, but these are woven hats where they get the individual strands of the Shantung straw, paper strips basically, and they weave them together. The difference between a 6X and a 10X is the width of the straw and the tightness and intricacy of the weave. You can probably look at these two and tell that this 10X is a lot nicer looking than this 6X. Not that this 6X is a bad looking hat, but the X scale on felt hats is how much beaver and rabbit and wool is in the hat. This is the width of the straw and the intricacy and tightness of the weave. So these hats are woven. This is braided hemp. What they do, they take hemp And hemp, by the way, is the same species of plant as marijuana. But the difference between hemp and marijuana is any species of that plant that has 0.3% or less of THC, which is the chemical in marijuana that makes you act like Jeff Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Any version of that plant species that has 0.3% or less of THC is classified as hemp. And look, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know squat about THC or marijuana because I am 55 years old. I have never smoked dope or done an illegal drug in my life. And here's why. When I was just a little boy, my father sat me down and told me he would whip my ass if he ever heard of me smoking dope or doing any kind of drug. And by golly, I believed every word my father said. When I was in college at the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, I was the guy who would leave a party if somebody pulled out a joint, because I was convinced that at any moment my father was going to burst through the wall like the old Kool-Aid Man commercial, and he was going to whip my ass as a trained SWAT team of drug interdiction agents followed him and arrested everybody in the party. So I got my big butt out of any party where somebody even pulled out a roach. So I have never done a drug, but I am told THC is the stuff that makes you act like Cheech and Chong. I've never done that CDB oil, CBD, CDB, whatever. That oil everybody tries to get. They rub it on themselves, like kind of like snake oil, and think it does away with rheumatism and arthritis and cures your hemorrhoids and get your pecker working real good. That stuff that everybody swears by, you can not only get that from marijuana, you get it from hemp as well. But what they do, they get hemp, they get these long strands of hemp. It's a fibrous plant that comes in these long, several foot long strips, and they braid the hemp into ropes. And then they fashion and sew these ropes into a hat. So this is a woven straw open road hat. This is a braided rope hemp open road hat. So back to the inside, it says woven hemp. It's got the sticker that I always make fun of because by golly, it is so fun to make fun of it. The state of California makes Stetson put a warning sticker inside the hat that says, this hat, wearing this hat, may cause cancer and reproductive harm. So you will get both cancer of the nuts and you will be unable to get your tallywhacker working. It's just going to be floppy if you wear this hat, according to the state of California. So it's got that, and then it's got a nice Stetson label that is sewn into the hat. It doesn't appear to be glued. It appears to be sewn into this hat. Golly, that is a good looking hat. So let me finish by telling you something interesting about this hat. I have said many times over, I have a giant head, and I wear a 7 3/4 size hat. And it is often difficult for me to find hats in my size because it's at the absolute top of the size range that Stetson makes. And I don't think they make a lot of them. Well, Stetson does not even make this hat in 7 3/4 size. 7 5/8 is as high as it goes. So you're probably asking, History Nerd, why did you order a hat that's not your size? Well, let me tell you, I have 2 Stetson Stratoliners. This one in sage. By the way, this hat comes in this color, natural, comes in brown Comes in blue. It may come in black, I'm not sure. I ordered this one because I like the offset of the brown and the tan color. The other one's just, with the bound brim, just doesn't look as cool as I think this one does. But anyway, I have this hemp Stratoliner in sage color, and I have this myelin straw, which is a man-made straw. It's not even natural fiber. This is a man-made straw. They're both braided. This is in chocolate. So I have this Stratoliner. When I bought both of these, I bought 7 3/4 because they come in my size. And when I put both of them on, they were at least a size too big. I put sizers in them. This one still feels a little big. I don't know if you can see these, but I put sizers in the brim. So anyway, these are 7 3/4, and they feel big. See, I can't even snap the brim down on this one very well because it's still a little big even with the sizers in it. So anyway, as I was lamenting, oh gosh, they don't make the Hemp Open Road in my size, I saw a listing that some company had on this hat that said, we recommend that you order a size smaller because these run large. And I remembered the two hemp and myelin straw Stratoliners ran large. So I said, I will roll the dice and order a 7 5/8 Stetson Open Road hemp straw hat and see how it fits. So we are about to engage in an experiment, my friends. I say it every single time. With the setup I have here, I cannot see myself. So when I put this hat on, you will see what I look like before I see what I look like. And if I look like an idiot, if it looks bad on me, if I look like a complete dope, if it's a size too small, and I look like a baby Huey wearing a baby bonnet, well, by God, you will know about it before I do. Some of you in the past have posted a comment that says, why don't you get a mirror? Why don't you set it up so you can see yourself? I think y'all enjoy seeing what I look like before I do. And the fact that I'm clueless, I think, adds a little bit of fun to these videos, which is why I have not, in fact, put a mirror next to the camera so I can see what I look like. So with all of that said, I think it is time to try on this Open Road hemp straw hat. And gosh, folks, I hope beyond hope that it does fit, because this is a really awesome looking hat. It is lightweight. Hemp is known as being very breathable. It's antimicrobial. It handles sweat. It doesn't mold. It's a very breathable, lightweight hat. And here in the deep south where I am, and it gets so hot in the summer, you want a hat that breathes. Honestly, the 6X Open Road, I mean, both the 6X and the 10X, they're kind of like helmets, really. This one's vintage, so it's not as bad. But this straw hat, which is made for warm weather, this thing gets a little warm because it's like wearing a damn motorcycle helmet almost when it's hot out. This one, you can tell, is very breathable. So let us try now. Let's see how this one fits. Fingers crossed, 7 5/8 hat, 7 3/4 head. We will put it on. And guess what, folks? It fits just fine. Yes, this hat fits just fine. I hope it looks good. Like I said, I am excited about this hat. I will tell you something about the hemp straw hat that you can't do with the felt Open Road or the Shantung straw open roads. My God, look at all these hats that I've got around here. Something you can't do with those that you can do with this. You can snap the brim down like a fedora on it when you wear it. But I think, because I'm a traditionalist and I love the open road so much, I think I will wear mine with the brim up, but I will look in the mirror and see. Y'all, this may well be my very favorite hat. My new hat may be my favorite once I look in the mirror. If it looks like the other open roads that I have, you are looking at history, nerd history. I have discovered what may well be my favorite Stetson hat. So with that said, let me thank you as always for watching these videos, your comments, your views, your enthusiasm. A lot of y'all reach out to me one-on-one. I appreciate it more than you can ever know. I will keep making these videos as long as y'all keep watching them and keep engaging with me. I think in the coming months, though, I may do a little more history stuff. I've got some stuff planned that's outside the man cave, and we will see once I produce it and post it if y'all watch it. But with that said, let me ask you to do 3 things for me. Let me ask you to give me the Fonzie thumbs up. Hey. Hit subscribe and then ring that bell so the next time I fire up the old YouTube gizmo, you will be among the very first to know. So I will end this video as I end all of my videos by asking you to be good, be well, be happy, and God bless you all. And I really do hope that this hat looks sexier than Juanita down at the Bluebird Diner. Goodbye, folks. We'll see you next time.
History